Look, I'm very excited. I'm probably the most happy mayor in Gauteng at the moment. And the reason being that, you know, Heineken, as I mentioned earlier, they are real trendsetters. And for them, going green means a lot to us because it's also taking off the already constrained weight on the grid. And also putting pressure on the municipality to say, but you also need to go the route of green energy and to ensure that we actually deal with this issue of load shedding, because it doesn't seem as if it's going to go away anytime soon. So I'm very excited. Heineken is a very important stakeholder within our municipality, and in terms of innovation they are excellent, and I'm glad to be here. We obviously have learned a lot. My officials are here too, and they are interacting with some of the Heineken's partners that were part of this project today, and to see how we can partner and possibly also start going green.
I think in terms of the solar plan, it started by the commitment and the vision from Heineken to become carbon neutral by 2030. And to get there, what we need is to reduce the electricity we consume from sources of coal and carbon producing. So of course that's the starting of the solar, but to get here we spent almost 3 years in the making, from the project, looking at the suppliers, at the land, getting the technical specificities, the license agreement. So it's been a long journey, and actually it started the building at the beginning of the year. We could start the solar plant by May to the day of today. What we aim is in our production, we want to be neutral in our carbon production, so that we produce no carbon to the atmosphere, or whatever we produce, we absorb it back. So it's neutral. So we have no impact in terms of carbon dioxide production to the atmosphere. So that's what net zero means. And basically what it means is any energy source that requires, like burning coal, produces carbon, we should reduce those and use clean energies like the solar or the water or the wind that don't produce carbon emissions into the atmosphere.
This has been a big journey for the team locally. They've really put their heart and soul into it over the last few years, so making it a reality is impressive. And the second reason, I've seen the pictures and they look cool, but actually being here in person, in amongst the panels, gives you a completely different sense of the magnitude of what's been done. It's really impressive, and not just in terms of the impact that it will make on the carbon footprint, but just visually impressive to see. So that's why I wanted to be here. The thing that's always important to understand about a brewing company is we're global, but we're local. Because you build a brewery and you spend a lot of money, you invest a lot of money, and you want it to be here for 50, 100 years. So if you're going to be here for this amount of time, you're going to be neighbours with the community for that time. So it's really important that we give back and we find ways to work in partnership. So I'm very pleased that, you know, the team here have been able to find local people employment through the construction, and that we're also working with the municipality to find how can they learn from what we've done on solar, and as announced today, also how can we help them in their own solar projects in the future. So it's really important, because without that we don't have a sustainable future for the brewery.
Yeah, so today we're celebrating the launch of the solar plant, and as you say, it's taken some time to get here, but we are here. The plant has been built, has been commissioned, and now is grid tied to the brewery, which means that it's now supplying our beautiful brewery with about 30% of its electricity. Our brewery is probably by far the most gender diverse workspace. And when you walk through the brewery, the first thing that you see is young people. And generally when you think of brewing, you think people who are old, but in a brewery it's young people, and then it's females. So when you go into our quality team, our brewing team, packaging house, you see women. And so we're very proud that we're inviting women into the art of brewing. We're inviting women who are qualified and who are very passionate. And also we're creating a work environment that is very inclusive for women to thrive and grow in their careers. So access to the plant is pretty much restricted because it is a working site, as you have seen, but also we have panels that are already electrified. And so we can't have people coming in and out, but we do facilitate, visits to the plant for anyone who wants to see it. So be it academic groups, be it researchers, and also people who have an interest in energy matters, we can then arrange a visit into the plant. So the one thing that for us as Heineken is the biggest challenge, and it's a mountain we are willing to climb, is recycling. We would love to make a significant impact in reducing the amount of bottles that are being dumped in our communities of our brands and just of alcoholic beverages across board. So that's something that we have made as a commitment. We are in early stages. We are testing different models. So would love perhaps in a year's time to invite you, share with you our lessons, share with you what's working, what's not working, because it's really a challenge that is not only affecting us, but it's affecting a lot of brand producers. But we want to make sure that we go in there and start making an impact where we can.
For more stories like these, go to www.social-tv.co.za. Subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on our social mediums.